on reaching the All-Ireland final, senior final of 2020. I hope you guys are having a great game. We've had two fantastic games so far today. Interesting. Today we're going to play all the lines are going to be in, except for the catcher. The catcher must be in the either between the lines. Mustn't have feet on the white lines. Usually it's the case. When you're fielding on bases, you can take the corner of the base. You must put your foot, your toes or whatever hit the corner of the base so they don't onto your feet. Obviously, your ball has to be in control, and you're touching the bases potentially as well. I'm going to give you one warning now. Do not leave the bases early. If you leave the bases early and it's indicated by the team on the outside, then you'll be out straight away.
Good.
Okay, so make sure you're not
Gotcha now.
the game. Just get on with the base. The
Yeah.
team officially are down Barntown.
Yep.
They get to choose heads or one. Who's going to call for you? Second lines. It's a one. Erne Eagles have the choice. You want to field first? Okay, if I can get you all to line up. Hold on, guys. Can I get you to line up? Home first and home third. We're going to have the national anthem, and we're going to get started with the game. Good luck, both teams.
Welcome back to our last game of the day, our live coverage of the GAA Rounders Senior All Ireland Finals heading into our mixed game. So we have been treated to a wonderful day rounders here, and we're just getting ready for the final game. And we have Katie O'Connor from Glynn Barntown about to give us a round of
Sheena fina fo Atof we our leg Erne Wind our slew Our tear no kun Fe void vesser Shantir no shin sure faster Ni og for fwyntir on off wintro Anok da hein sa varna wel legan gwyl con vosh no sel legan I sgrec fwy lafer na beler Shalif cynnig awron na fi
Okay, so we're just getting ready for our final game of the day. Glynn Barntown of Wexford facing off against Erne Eagles of Cavan. Glynn Barntown are our current title holders here, but after an impressive season so far, Erne Eagles are going to have a lot to say about them holding on to that, I think. Back by popular demand, rejoining me, co-commentator, is Eddie Healy from Limekiln. Eddie, we've had two cracking games.
Yeah, we have, and over previous experience over the past 2 years, Glynn Barntown has been the strongest mixed team around available. But I'm after seeing an Eagles team that's coming out, and they haven't pulled any punches when it comes down to bringing down the biggest players that they have available. Gary Riley in that position now is really going to ask questions of Glynn Barntown, so I'm well up for this game. Very excited.
First, Emma, ready, please.
Can I call you? I would have called Glynn Barntown earlier on in the day, but after seeing what Erne Eagles is here, and Glynn Barntown's been in the field for quite a long time today, and the lads have been rested. Advantage has swung for me for Erne Eagles, and with Gary Riley in ball right now, you will see this. I'd imagine it's going to be a very close game. I'm going to pick Erne Eagles this time.
Okay, good luck both teams. Off the first. Let's go. 2 left. Two left.
Erne changed her mind on that first one and has now gone for a bigger one.
No. Last
Yeah, so
ball.
we're going to see a lot of pressure from Emma already gone from the last game that they just lost. So she has a lot. She has to pick herself up and go again because this is another big game for her as well. And she's, as far as I'm aware, as the bowler for this game as well.
Last good ball for Emma. She has to run on this one. And it's low and hard, and she has not lost the box for that one, and that is a foul ball. First out
Kenny O'Reilly, please.
for Erne Eagles. Some good bowling there from Gary Riley.
Yeah, as I said before, Gary Riley's one of the best of all time bowlers that in this game. So you're probably going to see him shine through this game. And I don't think Glynn Barntown was expecting him to be here today.
Next up, Kenny Riley from the senior men's team.
That was wide. 3 left.
That ball almost seemed to hang as it passed over the mat. And low and hard from Kenny. And has made it safely onto first base. A little bit nervy from Erne Eagles gathering outfield. Good decision making by Kenny.
Yeah, it looks like he's at the start with the same momentum in the men's game. As you see, and he's trying to settle the team down, gets himself on the base.
We've Anne Hanley, Glynn Barntown up to bat.
2 left.
Glynn Barntown, of course, coming off of 2 subsequent losses today in the senior ladies and the senior men's. Anne Hanley out over first base, build, and makes it safely onto first base. Lucky for Anne Hanley not to get caught out there, and lucky little spill from the right outfielder, Niamh Brennan. Yeah, I think all the games so far we've had a little bit of nervy feeling at the very start. A few drops, a few scrambles, but they should settle in pretty quickly.
Yeah, we're looking like it looks like Glynn Barntown is shaking off their nerves from the first 2 games and getting themselves started. Although they can see
big high ball gone out and just out past. I think
Ger
that
Clerkin.
might be Ger Clerkin. And Kenny O'Reilly has made it in home, and that's first on the board for Glynn Barntown. We've had 2 very low scoring games so far today. I don't see this being the same, Eddie.
No, I don't. I totally agree with you there. The pitch has been changed now, so now the wind is actually going in favour of the batter. So I can imagine there's going to be bigger hits now. And the lineup that Erne Eagles has, they have a lot of big hitters in the team.
Then now Kate Duggan. It's gone popped up, so she's decided to run. Just short of our centre outfielder Clerkin again. Glynn Barntown have managed to get Anne Hanley in home. I think they're good start from Glynn Barntown. 1 out, didn't seem to rock them. It shows kind of the mettle of this team after coming from a tough day to turn around and settle so quickly into this game.
Yeah, well, again, you're probably seeing the wind switching around with the pitches, and it's in favour of the batters now. So now their hands are getting a little bit more loose.
Okay, and now we have Adam Doyle up to bat. 1 out.
Too low.
That's just short.
3 left.
Adam Doyle
It was a
didn't
good
like the
stop
looks
by
of that one.
Huey. Yeah, it was a good stop from Huey.
Another low and hard. Adam Doyle
Hey,
seems
last
to be
ball.
targeting that line, hoping to get past that shortstop and make it
Last
safely to
ball.
first.
Good.
That was a good ball. Adam standing slightly too close to the mat and out on first,
What is a mistake there?
but Kate was safely on second. I think Adam assumed it was a bad ball, but it travelled perfectly over the mat. He was just crowding it a little bit, I think.
Yeah. Look, he was hoping it was going to be a high call. It was up there. But if he's called good, he has to go.
We have Yvonne Hanley.
2 out, 1 on second. Good stop by Ollie.
That has gone up. And the
Should
Glynn
be
Barntown
caught.
team will have to move,
Oh,
and
Mag-
that was spilled outfield. I
Maggie.
think that might have been Maggie Brady on second
Yeah.
base.
Warren home. Thank you, Warren.
So
And
no harm just yet.
Jay Malone.
They
So
have a
now we
free
have-
base now on second, so they should probably use it.
And Kate Duggan is ready and waiting there on third to slip in home if that ball comes out at all. And we have Jay Malone up to bat. You can see him comfortably getting Kate home in this one. Not even attempting. He's going for the free base.
Well, he has the free base on second, so he's going to look to play down toward. But from what it seems,
Do you change that tactic? He's shown his hand there that he's going for the short.
well, he's tried it in the first one, so I don't know if he's going to persist with it. So if he goes twice with it, I don't think he'll do it on his third hit.
His grip looks like he is. Oh no, out.
Yeah.
And that is just over Niamh Brennan's head in Erne goes. And Jay Malone making it. It's Jay Malone, yes, making it onto second base. We have Kate in home and Yvonne Handy Poise on third.
Yeah, so
That's
what
good
comes-
running from Glynn Barntown.
Yeah, and they set themselves up nicely. I can imagine Cooper's going to go for a big hit here now. So if he does, the right man's in the right position and Darrell there, you know. So I'd expect a big hit out and try and get the
Paul
ball
well
in.
able to switch it. He might target that vulnerability.
Darrell's going to go for that, would he?
Foul. 2 left.
That has almost hit our spectators over there. Yeah, our right outfielder for Erne Eagles, Niamh Brennan, is still just finding her feet in the game. I could see Paul being able to switch his shoulder.
It's not what he wanted. He's under pressure
Last
now.
ball.
Last good ball, 2 out.
He still has second base free, is it? No, he's first base
First
free.
base is free.
No. Last ball.
That was one of those borderline calls as a batter. You're on your last good ball. You feel under pressure to swing for that. And he has to go
And he
this
still has
time.
options.
Bit of a miss.
It's all about the throw
Important
now.
for
He's done well.
He's done really well there. Good running from Paul. And again, it's just about putting pressure
Kenny
on.
O'Reilly.
If you're off like a rocket from the base, the catcher's under pressure to get it into first.
Yeah, well,
First are under pressure with Paul Cooper barreling down. So
that's what it's all about. You have to put pressure on the throw as well. You can't just give up. You have to go, and it's that they're working out for Paul there now. So you have the right man in the right position now in the batter's box in Kenny.
Yeah.
So he's going to let his hands fly here now. Made a late
Kenny
decision
kind
on
of
the
ran,
run, but it was a smart
late
decision.
and we might have Paul lucky to get into second there. Kenny didn't really leave him a whole lot of options, but Yvonne and Jay Malone in home there, another 2.
But that was a smart decision by Kenny. You know, he hit the ball. It didn't have to go 70, 60, 70 metres. It was a ground ball. It was in the hole, and sure, look, they're after getting 2 runs from it as well.
And
so
I
it was
think
quite smart that he went at that time.
Erne
Little bit of a
Eagles
late
weren't
call
ready
for
for
him.
it. They weren't expecting him to go on a ball. Paul Cooper was lucky to get to second
Yeah.
because the outfielders didn't seem ready for it. Glynn Barntown are certainly attacking. This is Anne Hanley.
That's 3-8.
And that is 3. So the Erne Eagles are happy to get that in. Did Glynn Barntown get Paul in there?
They got Paul in. They didn't get Kenny in. So yeah, that was a good round of scores there. Was it? Was that 7?
I think it's 6 in for Glynn Barntown.
7's good.
7 in for Glynn Barntown.
We get Hugh up to bat, please.
So yeah, good start for
Yeah, great
Glynn
start.
Barntown. They had 2 out and they only had 2 in at the time, so they managed to get themselves another 5 runs in off 1 life. So look, they started shaky in the first 2 games, and it doesn't look like they're shaky now in this game.
And there's been a very quick turnaround between games, so yeah, great for them to be able to turn it around so quickly and shake off the other 2.
Yeah, well, the men's game's been quite a distance away. It's been a few hours away, so I wonder if fatigue's going to play its part for the men here.
I'd say listening to us has kept them going, Eddie.
Too low.
First up to bat is Hugh Breedy.
No. 3 left. 2 bat.
Emma Reddy has taken over bowling duties straight off the ladies' game.
2. left, 2 ball.
It's a big ask for her to come from playing 6 innings, 7 innings.
That's a great hit.
That is a good hit.
Nice solid start from Hugh.
A nice easy run into first base.
Sarah, please.
Okay, Sarah Galligan is our next batter.
Good. 2 left.
Sarah has a good hit on her, she does.
Bit high. 2 low. 2 left, 2 ball.
And that is,
It's a good catch from
that is
Kenny.
good. Good catch. And delivered well into second, but the runner just quite makes it. Just about makes it.
Now up is coming is Jay Clerk, and he has a big heavy hit down left as a lefty. But he has options as well. He can take the free base on force now. We all know, we know what Jay's like.
He won't restrain.
It's always going to be a hard ball wherever it goes. He's a wide range of hit, and he can hit over toward here as well as a lefty.
That catch by Kenny O'Reilly from the catcher for Glynn Barntown. They're not as easy as they look. They have a lot of time. You have a lot of ground to cover. And that is a ball down the line. Cher gets safely onto first.
Sensible batting.
It's a good response from Erne Eagles. They're not panicking, going for the big ball.
No, and this is what
Taking
this
their
team is
time.
all about. Yeah,
Yeah.
they're always composed. Ollie again, he knows he has an option in second as a free base, so he should probably hit it down toward him to get the 2 lads to move around.
That is a
Always
big
tried-
ball right out over right field and slipped again.
With Kate Duggan, wasn't it? You can see the games and shift from Jay Clerk already.
Yeah, he was attempting to move on to third, and that is 2 players in for, maybe 1 or 2 players, 1 player in for
Left.
and none out so far. Okay, he got 1 out, sorry, 1 out so far.
2 left.
This is Anya Riley, Erne Eagles catcher, with 1 right under. That was Paul Cooper that gathered that outfield. And that is 2 out.
It's a good start from Glynn Barntown so far.
2 out.
They're looking settled.
This is Darryl Dool, another big hitter of the game, but a very smart batter as well. He knows his free force base is available, he'll take it as well. But with 2 outs, he'd be looking for the 2 runs in as well.
3 left.
That is a big hit from Darryl, and it's down.
That's a good catch.
Really well gathered by Warren Broaders out right field. Right field coming from a centre field position. He covered a lot of ground to get that huge hit. So
Yeah, but that's Darryl would have been batting smart there. He was making sure the 2 runs got in first.
yeah,
You know, that's how Erne Eagles think. They'll take the runs when they're available.
so we are 7-2 after our first inning here.
Yeah, Glynn Barntown, they picked themselves up well.
7-3 to Glynn Barntown.
Erne Eagles won't be giving up on this cup lightly now because it's renamed the Dimpner Riley Cup, isn't it?
Absolutely, they're going to be all in here. We have Glynn Barntown up to bat. And that is a big hit out right field. And just understepped by Niamh Brennan.
He's getting 3 uneasy.
And our batter makes it to third base, which after 16 innings or 15 innings of play, it's the furthest anyone's progressed around the field of play today. We've had a couple of people get to second. No one has quite got to third so far. So
It goes to show the conditions we're playing against them.
Big hitter there. That was Warren Broaders, who also had that spectacular catch, so it's a really great start for him. Kate Duggan up to bat.
2 left.
A big hit like that, and to skirt onto third base really takes the pressure off the batters coming up.
Yeah, and it gives him rest time because there's no one out.
And
there's a mistake.
she's made the decision, and she has to follow through.
And home.
And unlucky.
Here's a double out. Oh, you're lucky.
Very lucky for.
He was very lucky, but again, that was the mistake that he was making. They only had one out on that situation, and he took a risk. It's too early in the game to take a risk like that. Now it paid off, but he probably would have been out if it was caught.
I'm just checking. I think he might have been called out. Are they saying that was a home? We might just double check. But one really good out there.
Too low. 3 left.
Another lovely catch.
It's bread and butter to clear clerking all day.
Yvonne Hanley, please. Okay, they've scored 1, it's 2 outs.
Yeah, referee is saying we have 2 out there. That's a big hit from Yvonne. And unlucky. Unlucky from Gary Riley there.
Okay, Jay, please.
Jay Malone up to bat.
It's a catch that Gary Riley wouldn't be used to, because back in the day he would have never worn a helmet.
And it really impacts your vision.
Yeah, especially when it's coming over your head and up high.
And it's a good high one.
Two left.
That was a good ball. 2 left.
That's too high.
That was a high ball. 2 left still. Good ball. It's kind of popped.
Foul.
Fell.
Last ball.
Last ball here. That's better bowling from Gary Riley. And a big hit and a stop.
He'll take the out on first.
Out on 1.
And that is 3 out for Erne Eagles.
So yeah, you can see from the Erne Eagles there, they haven't panicked over the first inning. They come back strong there.
So the score from the referee is 8-3 from Glynn Barntown. So we're just going to update the score there.
Yeah, Neil Niall. It's spelled Niall. Neil or Niall? Neve. You got doctors, right? So Neve Smith. Yes, please.
So only 1 home for Glynn Barntown at that visit. That'll help settle Erne Eagles, I think.
Yeah, this is what Erne Eagles is all about. It doesn't matter with the 1 run again. They just get the game managed. They know what they know what they are, and they know what they have to do. Probably on the downside, they're not happy with. They probably lost a bit of the big batters in the last inning, so they have to cycle them through.
Start again now from
if they can stay strong, they'll come back in on the back end of this order. It's a good start.
This is a good start. This was Neve Brennan. Good there to get on to first.
They're going so fast.
So, no out for Erne Eagles.
Yeah, we were solid here than Gary Riley.
We are Gary up to bat.
Oh, he's in.
He's still in.
That foot's very important to stay in there.
It is. It's nearly easier with the mats.
Yeah.
You can feel the box quicker than if it's just line paint. So I think players are really taking advantage of this in the last 2 games.
Yeah, Gary has himself under a bit of pressure here. He's only getting 2 balls. He has to just put it out in the field now.
Big hit from Gary Riley, and that is
hasn't dropped
gone
the ball all day, I don't think.
out to Paul
There's the catch,
Cooper.
He had one that went over his head earlier on, but this one didn't.
Yeah, good catch from Paul.
Margaret, please. Maggie.
Maggie Brady coming up now.
Maggie Brady stepping up to bat. One out for Erne Eagles.
And she has options. She has free base. So anywhere down towards.
2 left.
And that was a good ball. 2 left for Maggie.
Last ball.
Another good ball from Emma. So this is last ball for Maggie. And that was a bit high, but that's the pressure.
Yeah, when you two were coming into it, it was a high ball, but she felt the pressure there.
She's on 2 good balls. She feels like she needs to swing for that. That's 2 out for Glynn Barntown. No one home.
That's 2 out.
So we're starting off the order again. Hugh probably just hoping to get it settled.
2 left.
Emma's bowling proving incredibly strong again.
Hey, last ball.
Yeah, she's bouncing back from the girls, isn't she?
Last good ball. Again, it's the pressure of having to go for that last good ball. That will really settle Emma. Ready practically bowled those 3 out on her own. Forced the big hit from Gary Riley out to Paul. It's a good round for her.
Yeah, as we said, maybe she's shaking off the girls getting quicker than we thought, you know.
8-3 to Glynn Barntown.
So we're now top of the third. Scores 8-3 to Glynn Barntown. And Glynn Barntown are next up to bat.
Paul, you're up to bat.
And now we have first up to bat is Paul Cooper, I think. Paul.
Yeah, again, probably not the first batter you want to step up first, you know. But he's decided to go left this time. He hasn't been left all day, has he? He's been switching.
No. He has switched to go right. I think they're sensing a bit of vulnerability in that right outfield. And unluckily spilled from Neve.
It's a couple of drops from Neve now at the moment, so maybe you're right there. Keep testing her.
Good running from Paul, got onto second on that one. And this is where being able to place your ball is really key.
Yeah.
You can pick out weaknesses like that. Good run from Emma
That's
here.
Daryl's,
Free,
is it?
first base is free. Excellent catch. Excellent catch by Daryl Dolan.
Yeah. You got to remember with Daryl, he made the ground, he can make it out there. You know, he could be 30 metres away from the ball and he'll still get under it.
Yeah, really good catch there, and got it in good and quick to third base. So no move for Paul. Cooper remains on second.
Yeah, I think Kenny's going to be batting smart here and just getting himself onto the base as usual.
Kenny has first base free.
3 left.
And that was bad ball, so 3. Big hit for Kenny,
like
and
Darryl
that has
could
gone
finish
outfield, straight into the hands of Daryl Dolan yet again. Unlucky for Kenny, but I think this time Paul has made it around to third base. Good stuff from the fielder, Daryl.
Yeah, I think he's going to be a big player for this final anyway. If you keep putting balls out like that to him, he's gonna catch every one of them.
This is 2 out for Erne Eagles. No one home just yet.
3 left.
And this is Anne Hanley up to bat. And a hit from Anne, and that is gone into the hands of, that was Ger Clerkin, and straight in. And that ball was in home.
Okay, swap over.
Yeah, the ball would have went out long enough there to get that run in as well. So.
Okay, scored 1 in that innings. 9.
1 for Glynn Barntown in that one. So we're now 9-3. Bottom of the third, and Erne Eagles up to play, up to bat. So we're starting with Sarah Galligan.
It'd be interesting to see if they can find that 5-point run here now in this inning, because batting order is going to start coming to Erne Eagles now. So now you'll see what the real gap is after this inning.
If Erne Eagles can start loading the bases in their first 2 or 3 hits.
Yeah, they look like they're starting to get their feeling right now as well. So again, Erne Eagles don't panic in any situation, you know. So they're not worried about this run chase at the moment.
This is going to be our first walk on of the day. Erne Eagles will be happy to see that one coming. They're looking for bodies out there on the bases.
Yep. We've Jay Clark can come on up the bat now. So again, smart batter, but also has a massive hit in him. So it's up to him what he wants to do with it. But I'd say he's going to be smart this time.
We can see some movement.
He has a lovely shot over toward as a left-hand batter as well.
2 left.
We could just see some movement in the top of your screen. Anne Hanley and Kate Duggan just spreading out to cover Anne Hanley operating almost as another outfielder.
Last ball.
Moving in a little bit closer to the base because they're going to have a runner onto second. So just good reading of the game from Glynn Barntown. And that is a
good run
a
from
let
Jay.
off.
He didn't give up.
Ollie, please.
Yeah, so what at the scene right there, Jerry didn't give up on that ball.
Yeah.
And he put the pressure on the first baser and the drop happened, you know.
Sorry, hold on.
If the girl on second base was paying attention, she probably would have nicked another base there and got down to third.
Just take the edge, please, yeah. Okay, let's go.
So we're just having a bit of a stop here. The referee is just clarifying to Anne Hanley
There's
on
Ollie
first
Rose,
to
big hit
step
now.
a little bit off the base. And that is a big hit out over the head of Warren Broaders, I think. Go back to third
in
base. So we have one in, I think, for
Yeah, 1 in.
Erne Eagles there.
And again, this is what Ollie does, you know. He's a big hit, he has a tap, he has all kind of ranges. So when he knows he needs to hit it, he'll let one go, you know. And it can go anywhere as well with Ollie.
Yeah, it's good stuff from him. And now Erne Eagles have a free base on first with none out.
That's a catch.
And that is a nice catch
Short.
by the shortstop, Jay Malone.
All right. Darryl, please. It's 1 out, 1 good.
So that's 1 out for Erne Eagles. Definitely better batting from them.
Yeah, you
this
can
inning.
see they're starting to come into. Here's Darrell again. He's going to go for that big hit again, I'd imagine. I don't think he's going to take that first base. He sees the 2 lads on the base.
Yeah, we have a runner from Erne Eagles on second and third base.
And if
This
he hits
potentially
it,
some
stops
numbers with only two out. This is maybe a time that you go for a big hit.
it. Yeah, 9 times out of 10, Darrell, when he's actually hitting the ball, he's probably looking to land himself on third base. And anyway, he's no fear.
I'm going to give you that last ball.
He didn't like the look of both of those, but they were 2 good balls according to the referee, and he's forced to take the third ball.
Paul is
It was a
running
big
out.
hit,
He has Paul this time.
and Paul just loses it. And Darrell has made
Darryl
it
going
right
up
around
third.
to third base
He's putting himself under pressure.
with an excellent run into third base. Unfortunately, Kenny Riley
No, that's Adam Doyle.
was on the receiving end of that.
That's Adam Doyle.
Or sorry, Adam. This is this is the problem for the stander on the base. They are trying to cover the mat, but they're also trying to get out of the way of the player coming in. So there's very rarely any malice in it. It's just both players are trying to get ahead of the ball here.
This is what happens. You're in a final and you're looking at pressure. Listen, Darrell probably could have played safe and just got himself to second, but he felt the opportunity was on third. I don't think Adam would have been expecting that play to happen. So maybe his foot got in the wrong position on the mat. But I don't know. Nobody was expecting Darrell to go for that, you know. But sure, look, that's the moment that happens on the base, you know.
And I think the delivery in was slightly over Adam's head, so he had to take himself. He wasn't planted when the slide came in, so it did kind of knock him off his feet a little bit.
It's good to see him getting back up, but anyway, playing on.
But Adam's a tough player.
Okay, he knows himself it was an accident as well, but that just happens in the game sometimes. You know, you can't expect everything to go your way.
But great movement from Darrell Dolan there to get onto third base and get 2 players home. Just a great inning for Erne Eagles so far.
Good sponsorship seen by the 2 players there as well.
Yeah, a little bit of. Both the players have been around a really long time but know each other very well.
But yeah, look, it just goes to show the pace of Darrell, you know. He hit that ball aiming for third. And he's out there getting his 2 runs in and he's on third, so. But that's what Darrell's always capable of, you know. He doesn't shy from hitting the ball anywhere.
The word on the sideline is that Darrell Dolan's the nicest man in rounders, so I can't imagine there was any intent in that slide coming in.
Certainly not. He does a lot for the game as well outside of the sport, so.
Now you have Niamh Brennan up again. A little bit of pressure off her. She's 2 free bases here. If this goes out at all, Darrell, I think, could be in like a greyhound.
Yeah, well, the only pressure there that's look, Darrell's on third base now, so we can't really help her. Where if he runs on second, he could probably make a split decision to cover third base, you know. So it's only one decision really. You're just going for the out.
That's good running from Niamh. The only pressure he can give is trying to push into home base there, and he did. Darrell in home. So 4 scored for Erne Eagles, 1 out. This is a really good inning from them. And that is a big hit.
But I can imagine that's caught. Oh, it's dropped.
Unlucky from, I think that's Warren Broaders out there, who's had some amazing catches in this game.
Here comes the sunshine.
Did he get down the tour?
2 left.
That's a good ball, 2 left. This is Maggie Brady. There's so much more freedom with your batters when you only have 1-0 or 1 out.
Yeah. And I think she has one on third base there as well, does she?
Maggie didn't like the look of this. This is last ball either way, so Emma has thrown in 2 bad balls and 2 good balls. And that's a good ball, and then Maggie has to head down and run. And Yvonne, and just get that player out on first.
Yeah, you know, look, so sometimes that is not the worst decision to happen there, because you have 1 on third and you have 1 on first. If she went for a play and she hit it down second, Gary wouldn't have had the chance to get into second base there. So now they're in a better position. They have 1 on third and 1 on second with a big hitter in there, who will take a free bases if it's an adoption as well.
This is Hugh ready to.
But again, they'll take the 2 runs if they're on the board for them.
Someone a player on second, player on third, and free first base for you. 2 out for Erne Eagles.
Last ball. Oh, that's a great hit.
That is a great hit right down the third base line. And the Erne Eagle players have come in. He's going straight on to second. That is some good running. Erne Eagles another player in and have moved another player on second and third.
And left first base free again.
Sarah Galligan now has the freedom of first base being free. This is really, really good batting from Erne Eagles. And that is an up in the air that's going to be caught, but it's a good one to run on. And another 2 players in for Erne Eagles.
Yeah, we're looking at a settled score of 9-8 after 3 innings. So as I said, Erne Eagles don't panic when they're behind like that.
No, that's great to see.
They're gaining momentum and getting themselves back into this position. And it's still early in the game. There's a comeback to third legs now from Glynn Barntown later on in the game.
So we our score is a bit miscounted there. Our score is 9-10 to Eagles. So we're now directly mic'd into the referee, so we're getting the scores directly, so there might be a slight delay. 9-10 to the Eagles. Phenomenal inning from them. I think this might be something we're talking about at the end. If you look at the third inning, it was 1 for Glynn Barntown and 7 for Erne Eagles. 6 for Erne Eagles. So
it's just what their team is made of, you
7
know.
for Erne Eagles, sorry. So 7-3, 1-0 and 1-7 is our breakdown of rating so far. So yeah, I think this is going to be a high scoring and exciting one.
Yeah, Erne Eagles, they just tend to let the hands go.
the Erne Eagle shortstop and infield play seems to be good, so it's kind of stopping Glynn Barntown play this game that they like the short ball and first.
Most definitely, yeah. He's tried it twice now. I don't know if he's going to be comfortable to go again.
And he has gone.
That's a good stop. Good play from Ollie.
That is a great stop from that shortstop. Was that shortstop or third base? Sorry, third base. Sarah Galligan, great stop, great hands, and straight on to Ollie, who gets him out in first. So batter out, first out for Erne Eagles.
Yeah, the ball came to her very early, and it gave her enough time to make that play for first base. This is Darryl Dolan, I'd say, all day long, is it?
Yeah, and another lovely catch there from Darryl Dolan. And that's Kate Duggan out, 2 out. Erne Eagles are really taking control of this game. And now we have Adam up.
Now Adam can bat left or right.
And you can see the Erne Eagles team know that. We can see on our screen they're already switching up position.
Switch to the right, you can see that, yeah. Adam knows himself. He's putting himself in trouble if he tries to go left today. Or for this hit.
And if he's, after getting a bit of a knock, he's going to want to give himself enough time to get to first.
Yeah, we haven't seen how his knee is out.
2 left. No, that's too low. 2 left.
He looks like he fancied the tap there, didn't he, as well?
He kind of leaned into it, and he has 2 left, so that is it.
What a hit.
He's gone right between that gap between the shortstop and the bases. Lovely hit from Adam.
And his knee looks okay.
And his main concern was just giving himself plenty of time to get to first.
Super
now
hit.
Yvonne Hanley is up for Glynn Barntown. We have 2 out.
That's what Gary Riley's known for with that ball. See the way the ball just died under the bat.
It hovers over the.
He seems to just kill the pace out of the bat.
This is Yvonne's last ball here. 2 out for Glynn Barntown. This could be the end of their visit.
They have time.
Well done, Ollie on first base. Gets her out. That's really good play between the catcher and Ollie on first base there. And Yvonne was head down, ready to go, but it just got in ahead of her. Great inning for Erne Eagles. Glynn Barntown have kind of slipped off the pace a little bit.
Yeah,
we're still 10-9. Bottom of the 4th. Erne Eagles up to bat. We can see Glynn Barntown on the sideline just regrouping a little bit. As Eddie mentioned, this is a poignant and emotional day for the Erne Eagles team, the wider club and the local community particularly, as they play for the newly renamed Dimpna Riley Cup. Anyone involved in Rounders has known how much Dimpna had contributed to Rounders, but sadly passed away in 2018. So I think the Erne Eagles team will certainly want to bring this one home for her, and it's the likes of Dimpna and the tireless work that she had done behind the scenes when Rounders was struggling is why we're even able to come to the All-Ireland Day and the big stage. So it's definitely in the minds, I think, of all the Erne Eagle players.
Yeah, well, there's going to be tears on both sides of the teams, whoever wins this final, but you can just see if Erne Eagles pull this off, there's going to be probably floods, maybe lakes on that side of the pitch. But yeah, Dimpna done a lot for all it. Not just Rounders itself, but she done a lot for the players individually. She always treated everybody as an equal, and she was she's a very important part to the Rounders committees and the clubs and all sorts. She's sadly missed.
And that is a good bat in there. And now we have Ollie up to bat.
Yeah, so as you can see, they're going through the big hitting order now. So Jer was just batting smart and he got himself on the base. I don't think you're going to see Ollie hitting another big ball like that. I'd be surprised. It's just point scoring now they're going to be after.
It's really, really smart batting. That was a good ball from Reddy. Good fast ball. And he kind of swung for that a little bit of a high ball, gathered by Paul Cooper, having some lovely catches outfield.
Yeah, again, like Darryl Dolan, I don't think I'd be out there. I don't think I'd fancy chancing my arm against the likes of Paul. or Darrell Doonan, because it's up in the air. Them two are just going to catch it all day long.
I think it might have actually been a bad ball that Ollie swung for and then just lost control of where he was trying to place it.
Sometimes if it looked too good to be true, it normally is.
This is Anya up to bat for Erne Eagles with 1 out.
Last ball.
This is last good ball.
Yeah, we still have a free base here. She has, so
And the referee has
That's
called that
Jay Clark
good.
and gone
The
down to third
batter
man
was
anyway.
sure that that was bad. But the Erne Eagles sideline aren't overly happy with that call, I don't think. But we have 2 out for Erne Eagles with none home so far.
yeah, sometimes look, you're going to get contentious calls from refs here and there because it's whatever they favour. So it
And
swings both ways.
We
you know.
talked about this, yeah, it comes out in the wash. There'll be some that will go in your favour and some that won't, and it's hard for the sideline. They're not in the direct angle of it.
I wonder if Darrell's going to
That
get
is-
smart here, or is he going to try and hit himself at home?
Darrell hasn't swung for that one, and that is also called good. And as is that one, so that's 2 good. Darrell doesn't
Darrell.
look too happy either. He's going to have a swing.
So it's okay for him.
And
Jay
he's
gets
on
in,
into
you know.
first base.
But look, you can see he's already wanting to chance his arm at second base. He just doesn't want to do one base, Darrell.
No. But I think it's part of the game management to know what way the referee is calling if they're going to be over generous to the bowler.
Yeah.
So you need to know that. You need to swing for those kind of borderline calls then.
Well, look,
you can't
had
stand off the ball.
You had Darrell taking a little minute there because he thought it was a contentious call, but he still settled himself and just hit the tour ball. But again, look, it swings and roundabouts.
Yeah.
The two teams are going to get this.
And that just hit the mat, so it's called as a bad ball. And that was a high ball. This is the last bad ball. And there's a walk on for Erne Eagles. We now have Gary up to bat. Erne Eagles have 2 out here.
Yeah, I can see Gary just trying to go for a big hit here now because he did have every faith in Darrell making 2 bases.
That was a bad ball. And that's 2 bad balls for Emma Reddy here.
Yeah, I think Emma needs to settle down a bit. I think she rushed that second one, and Gary himself, he wasn't even ready for that swing, so I don't know whether he should pull Emma back on that as well. But it didn't work in her favour.
And that was called good, so that's 2 bad and 1 good. I think the batters are struggling to come to terms with, and that's a walk on.
Yeah, again, it looks a bit rushed from Emma if we're looking at it. Like, she's not taking a step back, and is that her second walk on in this inning? Or is
It's
it
their
in the
second
game?
walk on, not in this inning. Emma's style is always very quick.
Yeah, it's
her
kind of bullish,
turnover.
but sometimes if the balls aren't going right, you do need to step back and just take a deep breath and go again, you know.
This is Maggie Brady, who is well known for a hard low line ball. So if she could get herself, there's 2 left here. If she can get herself onto a base and someone home, we have big hitters coming. This is last ball here, and that is a hit
That's a
from
good
Maggie. That is
should be
gathered
caught,
by
yeah.
Paul. 2 out for Erne Eagles, so they're just going to try and get as many people in as possible, and they've got 2 in.
Looking at
That was
13
good running.
maybe.
Good running from Erne Eagles here. And we'll just get the update score from the referee.
Swap over, please. Okay, as we go into the 5th, the score is 9-13 to Eagles. Jay Malone up first, please.
6 home for Eagles in that, so we're 9-13. That was a big inning for Eagles again, and really, really good running. Once Paul Cooper had got the ball, all of the Erne Eagles runners were like in like here's to home base. There was no thinking about it.
Yeah, no, they knew what they were doing. Like, even if they hit the ball out the ball, even to catch it, but because they had the runners on the base, they managed the game well. It doesn't matter if it goes out there. They know there's 2 there. They can get in at that stage. They'll take the runs.
We're now top of the 5th, 13-9 to Erne Eagles. Did not see that coming after the first inning. Glynn Barntown seemed really up for it, but it has been a long day on all of these teams from Glynn Barntown, so I think the concentration now, they need to just regroup a little bit and settle down. And that was a big hit again. Just over. And happily on to first base. Ger Clerkin got that in good and quickly.
Yeah, so what we're seeing now is there's
Jay Malone is on first.
there's Paul Cooper now. He's at the switch into the right hand side. When at the start of the game they went left-handed batter to expose the right outfielder, and I think Glynn Barntown's after getting away from that idea. Has that brought Erne Eagles back into it? I'm not too sure.
Because Darrell Dolan is one of the best players in the entire game. You would be trying to avoid him as much as you possibly could.
And it looks like they were targeting Neve Brennan at the start of the game.
No, because he hit one, he went down that way, then he just hit another one.
So it's just a bit of discussion about the good balls, bad balls. So I think Ian, our referee, has been overruled by both the bowler and the batter. So we are now at one good, one bad ball. And that is a big hit from Paul Cooper. And it's over the head of Darren Dolan. And we could see a potential home run here.
So that looks like 1-1 with Paul Cooper and Darrell Dolan, doesn't it? They both put it over each other's head now.
Yeah. That was a really good strike from Paul Cooper. Gets himself onto second and gets one home for Glynn Barntown. No out.
That's smart, bat.
That is just out over the foul line. Really good ball, just over the foul line. That is the exact ball that Emma's looking to hit here. Just give herself a bit of breathing space.
Third base is hugging the line a bit too much there. That kind of opens it up now, doesn't it?
It's another foul ball from Emma.
So I think she's going to go off that idea to tap now.
That's
drive down toward. I think it has to go out now.
It's down to Gary Riley's bowling too. Yeah. That's more like it from Emma.
I think, are they going to try?
And you can see here on your screen, you can see Paul putting under pressure.
And Ollie's dropped the ball. So yeah, great move by Paul there. As you can see, put pressure on him, made it happen.
Little bit of hesitation by the Erne Eagle fielders there of what route to take. And yeah, they kind of left themselves a little bit open there. Paul Cooper managed to get onto third base and Emma safe on first.
Caused a bit of panic.
Kenny up to bat, Kenny O'Reilly. That is up in the sky and caught by our catcher for Erne Eagles, Anya Riley. Really good catch for a spinning ball. Emma Reddy did well to get onto second base there. That's one out for Barntown.
So again,
there we have Anne Hanley.
Yeah, and Anne has the free base as well, so if she's sensible enough, she should get herself onto first, because she'd have Warren Brothers, who's next, and he's been hitting the ball very well, and they'll have bases loaded.
And that has just gone a bit high.
That's only when Ollie has her.
Ollie
has.
It's just slipped out of his hands, but he did manage to get the runner. So Anne Hanley out for Glynn Barntown, but they did manage to get one in home. So.
Yeah. That's what Ollie does, you know. He made a mistake, he dropped the ball, but he knew he still had time to pick it up and get the catch. Composure, you know. I never thought I'd see Ollie fumble 2 balls in one inning, let alone in a game.
Here is Warren Brothers, like you were saying, he is batting really well.
You could see the sting that Gary Riley took off that ball. And that's what caught out Warren there. That's where he ended up being a backspin. He took a lot of pace off that ball. I'd imagine this one's coming in fast.
So this is last good ball for Warren Brothers.
Last ball.
Sorry, now I thought that was last. This is last good ball.
Oh, nobody slowed up again.
That is a big hit.
That should be Ger Clerkin, I'd say, into that now.
And that has gone way out
Huge hit.
past.
Jerry won't be too happy with himself not being in the right position against
Yeah,
Warren there,
just
considering with
kinda
the big hits
caught
that he's
off.
been doing. Yeah.
Caught offside a little bit there. Ger Clerkin centre outfield and Neve Brennan right outfield. It kind of hit between the two. But Warren has been hitting really well. Even in the men's earlier was hitting really well. So not really unexpected. Kate Duggan up.
Yeah, so you can see a lot of Gary Ryland bowling here. There's a lot of ground balls starting to happen in field. So we're in that position where someone's on third and someone's on fourth. Do you go for the out now or do you go for the run? We'll
I
find
think
out.
she will go for the home.
Oh, why did
And
he
the
run?
out.
That was a silly
A little bit of a mistake there. Lapse in concentration from Warren. Had done all the hard work with the big hit.
That was a run that was valuably needed. That would have brought the game back to level. He didn't need to go. He should have just helped the runner.
Yeah, and
Saw
Kate,
the
yeah,
option.
make the go.
You know, make the play to force if it's going to happen. But
Yeah, he'll be kicking himself for that one.
we'll have to put that down to match experience, will we? He'll remember it.
12-13 to Eagles. Bot with a clear.
So we are 12-13 to Erne Eagles, and we are bottom of the fifth. It's a very exciting game, lots of play.
Yeah. A lot of give and take, but as he said, you know, Erne Eagles, they didn't panic when they were so far behind. Well, when I say far, what was it, 6 runs? But they know themselves that they're well capable of doing, and they're showing it now, you know.
Now, here we have Hugh Breda. Took a really good decision there.
She's an option on second.
Nice hit down the third base line. And safely onto first. Next up we have Sarah Galligan. Big hit for Sarah Galligan, and it's gone high.
Double out. Oh, good runner from Hugh, obviously.
So Sarah Galligan is out with a catch by Warren.
Made up for a mistake, and anyway, at the moment.
Good run in there from Hugh. Good and fast onto second. Plenty of time to spare.
So again, we have Jair up, as I told you before, big hitter, smart batter when he wants to be. He has a free base as an option there, so I think you drive it down first. It will bring Huey onto third, and we should be looking at one of them on first and third. Let's see if we can get it out there.
One of each. And that is a foul ball. Do you chance going for those, Eddie?
Yeah, I would if it's there.
I do as well.
But Jerry Clerk's mistake there was he should have ran in anyway, you know. He was holding back a runner on a base there. If it's fouled, it's fouled, you know.
And that's gone
He's had to
foul
foul
this
himself.
time. Good bowling from Emirati there. Jerry seemed to swing very left. He was trying to get it right over field, and he overcorrected a little bit there. But good bowling from Emma. Shouldn't really give him much time on the ball. Two out now for Erne Eagles batters, and up we have Ollie.
Well, as we've seen for the other two hits from Ollie, I think he's going to go for it again and just try to get Hugh to get in.
He has first base free. We do have Darryl Dolan coming up in batting order, so they might like to keep after Anya, and then if he can get himself onto a base
that's in the
here.
perfect world. That's Huey should be going now.
That was a little bit of hesitation from Molly taking off there, I think.
Yeah, well, there's a question there now. I don't know what we can see there. The first baser, she didn't actually have the ball yet, but she was standing on the line when Ollie was coming in. Is that obstruction at the time? Because you shouldn't be standing on the line without the ball. I think that's what Ollie was asking the umpire there.
So we are still 12-13 after that inning. We are now heading into top of the 6th.
So yeah, championship rounds again, and there's still only one run in it. It's gonna be one inning that does this now.
I panic when I call you in twice.
Glenbarntown showing their resilience coming back as well. You know, they could have put their heads down after Erne Eagles doing what they did, but they've been slowly winning the innings back. They really need to get a foothold though of a couple of runs now, because they'll have this is their second last bat. You can see Adam's gone down to the right now. He's trying to be sensible.
2 left.
Back catch.
Oh, a lovely catch by catcher Anya Riley there. It's always frustrating for a big hitter to have that little skin ball caught.
Well, again, this is the pressure now that they're coming into. They know they only have 2 bats left, so it was up to Adam to start that up. You know, they really need to get themselves 2-3 runs at least, just to get ahead of them again. But this is where they're
Hanley's
good.
decided to make that decision.
Yeah.
And that was a little bit of a rash decision maybe, with 2 good balls left.
It seems to be the pattern for Glenbarntown today, unfortunately, isn't it? These little mistakes are coming into their game where they don't normally have these mistakes.
But Sarah Galligan and playing on third base is doing a really, really good job covering in for shortstop there. They're cleaning up everything in there.
Yeah. Right, so we have Warren up again, so
2 out. And that is a catch for Ollie. That is 3 out with no home for Glenbarntown. That was the response Erne Eagles wanted.
Yeah, and this is something that Erne Eagles is very good at. When you make a mistake like that around Erne Eagles, they will exploit it. So I can see them getting the couple of runs that they need to do now to manage this game now, because that's just the team that they are, you know. As we know, first up is Daryl Dooley now, is it? Or is Anya?
We have Anya Riley up first.
Yeah. But that was a big inning for Glenbarntown, you know, so I'd say that's sinking in there now with them.
Final call on your colours.
We have Anya waiting to come up.
Emma needs to keep herself settled now. Last thing she wants is a walk on.
No. 2 left.
And that is a good ball.
2 left.
And that has gone up, and you feel like you need to run on that, and it's right in the pocket before Paul Cooper.
I don't think Anya was expecting to hit it like that.
Yeah, Emma was bowling in good and fast, and sometimes when you connect with them, they can just ping off.
Got the shortstop out off guard anyway. So there you've Daryl there now. I'm sure if a one goes out, he's going to be screaming at Onion to get going. But again, they've no outs, so Daryl might be just batting smart.
To play, yeah. Runner on first, and Daryl Dolan up to bat.
2 left.
And that is called good.
Last ball.
And that is also called good, last ball. And Daryl now under pressure has to take the hit. And that is caught outfield by Warren Brothers.
Good catch by Warren. I didn't think he was in the area for it that time.
Daryl's not happy with that, but again, it's the pressure of that last good ball.
Yeah, well, from what the angles that we saw, I think 1 or 2 of them looked a bit wide, so you can see what he was giving out about, you know. But again, it's working both ways when it comes to
and this is what we're saying, we're 6 innings in, this has been the case for the entire game, you need to start swinging for those.
Yeah.
And he's a good enough batter that he can, it doesn't have to be the perfect delivery, he should be able to connect with that.
Yeah.
Neve Brennan there, with the ball straight.
Is he going to nick the base? There's a super
and really, really good running by Anya Riley there. Gorgeous catch by, I think that was Kate Duggan, just out right outfield.
Yeah, Kate Duggan hasn't dropped any balls in this game as well as the last
she's done
game,
really well, and Really good running for Anya off second base, right around in home to get that crucial extra point for
I think
Erne
she was
Eagles.
our ladies' man of the match for Barntown if it wasn't for Michelle, wasn't it?
Kate Duggan was a phenomenal game in the ladies.
So 3 out there.
3 out there.
Erne Eagles got that one. They wanted more than 1 run, obviously, but they'll take it because they have a 2-run lead going into this last inning. And sure, look, we're looking at every inning at the moment in every game. 7 innings in, and Barntown's only scored 12 runs out of the 6 bats, so that's only 2 per inning on average. So they have to do something different to go past this.
This is top of the 7th. This is Glynn Barntown's last time to bat. They are 2 behind. What Glynn Barntown do not want is now Paul Cooper to be their first batter, who's one of the strongest, and he's first up to the mat. So maybe not in the ideal order for them right now to mount that comeback. Erne Eagles will be looking to shut this down and not have to go to the 7th bat.
Yeah, well, the big thing is if you get Cooper out now with the hits he's been doing, they're going to be in big trouble. You want to get him on the base, but is he going to hit? Is he been hitting the ground balls? Daryl's going to go for that.
And
there you go.
Daryl Dolan has covered about 40 yards to catch that ball. We just missed it slightly off screen. I think he was almost in Wicklow. He went so far to get that. That was huge speed from him, and he was not going to drop it. So great stuff from Daryl.
This is what
he's been a huge player for the Erne Eagles here.
This is what Daryl Dolan does. He did it in the men's final there 2 years ago, I think, as well. He covered like 40 metres and he still got under it.
1 out for Glynn Barntown. That's a real marker from Daryl Dolan. They're not going to give anything to Glynn Barntown here.
They could even, as long as they break up the runs.
And here's another high ball, and that's just gone foul. Emma has been struggling with keeping them in play this game.
She's under pressure now.
There's too much follow through on her swing because our bowler is Gary Riley is just dropping him short a little bit.
I think she's guessing, so she's swinging a bit early, and that's catching her out.
So she needs to get onto a base on this one, and that's a good bat from Emma Reddy. Daryl not taking the pressure off.
Good effort. Good effort.
Great throw from Daryl.
Yeah.
He is he's showing huge determination out there.
Well, he had the confidence. I think he could still get her out from out there. This is Kenny up now. Again, Kelly's been batting great all day, so you can imagine he's going to do the same thing. He's their draw and run. Yeah, that ball was in play. I probably would have went on that if I was Kenny.
Because you're starting indecision immediately because you have a runner onto second as well.
Yeah, when you took so
in
far
Emma.
away.
But he's going to have to make that call straight away.
He knows himself by the looks of it.
Glynn Barntown, a runner coming from first to second, and Kenny is running from.
That's Daryl.
And that's straight into the hands of Daryl Dolan. And our second base runner was celebrating a little bit too early. Yeah. We have still only 2 out.
Yeah, well, this Erne Eagles are in a perfect position that they want to be in. They've Emma on second, but Emma's only the 1 run to lead up. They've broken the runs here.
Yeah.
So it doesn't really matter about Emma being on second base. You're only going to go for your batter. Hugely
important. Anne Hanley. Erne Eagles need 1 more to claim the mixed senior title.
Yeah. This ball's going straight to first if they get the opportunity.
That was called bad, so we have 1 of each.
I hope we brought enough tissues for Erne Eagles, did we, if this happens?
This is the last good ball. This is the biggest play of the game. There's some nerves in Erne Eagles.
They have time. They've done it.
And that is that.
You can see the emotion from Gary Riley on the ground, says it all. This trophy meant a lot to them.
Ollie's had a tough game.
That's Maggie Brady out
he's
there.
Had
that
a few.
was his best friend.
Yeah, great to see from this team. I think Glynn Barntown are a savage mixed team, but I think most neutrals in the country were happy to see Erne Eagles walk away after what this has meant to them with the Dimpner Riley Cup and some fantastic play out of this team.
Yeah, it's great to see. It's unfortunate for Glynn Barntown, it is. For the teams, the three of them to make the finals and to unfortunately lose them, and to be so close as well, to losing every
Yeah.
game, It's a bitter pill to swallow, but Glynn Barntown, they'll bounce back handy enough. And to look back at it, the Warren run into home, isn't it? Warren's run into home base when he didn't have to run. That's proved a big turning point now here as well, because we would have been looking at a different game, but it looks
We see
well done to both teams.
after the first two innings, Glen Barntown 7 home in their first inning, finish up at 14. So they only have 7 returned from the last 6 or 7 bats. So I think Erne Eagles showed massive spirit to come back into that. You can see exactly what it means to all of them. A
Yeah,
really, really passionate rounders club.
Yeah, and then again, you're looking at these two teams. They're at the Glynn Barntowns, and anyway, that was 14 innings they went through. And with that break, did that go against the men's? You don't know, because it looked like they had a bit of mental fatigue as well that caught them out.
Yeah, and the physical exhaustion is less than the mental after 3 full games.
Oh, yeah.
Especially if you're standing outfield, there's a lot of standing around, but it's the hone in on that concentration for 3 full games. Not to take away from our Eagles, have just had an absolutely outstanding last 5 or 6 innings. That catch from Darrell Dolan, and we could hear in feedback on the mics that the sideline were giving out to him, telling him to leave it, and I don't think Darrell was going to listen to anyone, and it was straight into his hand. So I think when you can catch those kinds, it's always going to be your day when they go your way. So really, really hard day for Glynn Barntown.
Bit of a dejected looking Glynn Barntown there, but look, champions bounce back.
Yeah, and it's like we said in the 2 earlier games, it is hard to turn around and face into the 2021 season. Starting next week. So it's just going to be a hard turnaround, but I don't think anyone from Glynn Barntown take away from the rounders that they played. There was some great stuff, but the 3 teams that they came up against today just were absolutely outstanding, and they all played to the top of their game.
Yeah,
so
let's we'd have to be honest. Like Carrick McCross put the effort in over the past few years and put themselves in that position where they deserve to win it as well. So you could see that with the training and everything they done, and they deserve to win. Briefy stepped it up to another level today when it came to Hoppy. She just proved that she's up there with the best of the bowlers as well, and the infield team at Briefy done great. And now we're looking at the Erne Eagles of old, but the old lads are at coming back again. I don't know, you must call them Lazarus at this stage, because they keep coming back and winning all Ireland titles. So yes, these are well capable of just coming back in 10 years' time and winning another one. So congratulations to Erne Eagles.
Yeah, absolutely. And in all the games today, all teams brought their A games. All the 6 teams that went out on the field. It's been a long season, and it's just great to see some live rounders. Hopefully soon we'll be able to have proper crowds back. Hopefully next year, Eddie, both yourself and myself will be playing today, so we'll have to have someone else commentating.
Hopefully we put somebody else in the truck, yeah.
The Erne Eagles crowd, all massively emotional, of course.
You can see James Anderson. He was supposed to be playing today, but he pulled his calf only during the week. He might have been the bowler today, and that could have been a big difference as well with the Erne Eagles thing. But to bring Gary Riley back, I believe Gary Riley had a bad accident, a car accident years ago. So to have him back on the pitch it's great to see as well.
Who will we give player of the match to for this?
Player of the match, I'm going to go with Darrell Doolin. I think his catch in the outfield and his big hits was a big plus for the team. I think Ollie done a big hit when it was mattered the most. But for me, I'm going to go with Darrell Doolin.
I think Darrell's catch was probably catch of the entire day. But I think the kind of core ladies, the Anya Riley in catcher, got some lovely big hitters out with that little pop catch, and I think that really changed the momentum of the game. And Sarah Galligan on third base, I thought she crowded in. Like Glynn Barntown loved that little short ball infield, and she covered that space so well. I think that she really kind of forced Glynn Barntown to change how they were playing and send them all out to Darrell. So yeah, I think a really, really good team effort from Erne.
So who are you picking?
I'm going to go Sarah Galligan. I'm going to give it to our third baser.
Yeah, she deserves it as well. As you said, Marie, the infield game is just as much as important as the outfield game.
Yeah, absolutely.
And Ollie came into the game with his catches on first base, and that was down to Sarah. So
Yeah, and probably very fitting for Ollie, who'd had a couple of drops to catch that last ball, to get that last out. Great rounders man, and we've said it in all games today. 21 outs, make the game. No one out or one drop.
Ollie seems to get these moments when it happens. He got the catch in the outs, and his last men's title, he had him. If you see in the video footage, it was him running in from third to home celebrating. So he always seems to get the limelight for the big moment.
We did have our second base, Maggie Brady. I think maybe thought the game was over after 2 out. So luckily for her, she just got to delay her celebrations a little bit.
She's going to have a very emotional night, I can tell you. Well done, Maggie.
Yeah, I think it's great for the team. I think all teams today have really done their homework. We saw it with Brafey earlier. Their confidence coming into the game was maybe a surprise for anyone outside of their club, but they were well assured that they had done all the work. They were ready for it.
Yeah.
So it was no surprise to them. And maybe people writing them off or maybe having them as the underdog really spurring them on.
Yeah.
Same in the men. The Carrick Macross Glynn Barntown was a bit too close to call for us before the game, and it could have gone either way. Carrick Macross just showed another level, I think, near the end. And then here for Erne Eagles, in and in hand, final score 14-12.
Yeah,
great
well,
to see.
As you said, the Briefy win there today, that was the biggest highlight of the day, because they, out of all teams that were there, they were the massive underdogs, and everybody thought like that of them. And as I said at that game, you need to see the smile coming off Michelle and seeing what she can do, and she done it today.
Yeah, I think performance of the day was probably Michelle Hopkins from Brafey with her bowling.
Yeah,
she totally orchestrated everything that happened with the team. We can see our referees. We had Anne-Marie in the ladies. We'd Philip in the men's, and Ian here in the mix. Huge thanks to all the referees, umpires, and referee assistants right throughout the 6 games. And it's been a long day right throughout the 3 games, and 16. So a long day for all of those. And yeah, these games can't happen. I know Eddie likes to give the referees guff, but these games can't happen unless we have people volunteering on the sideline. So.
Yeah, look, we wouldn't be able to do what we can do without them,
No, absolutely not. And
that's why sometimes you have to respect them. Some of the calls are contentious sometimes, but that swings both ways, and it's not their fault either. Everybody's just trying to do their best as it's happening. So the referee was well today, I thought.
Yeah, and I had asked Philip on the men's game, did he have any feedback on the referee, that he just wanted it to be anonymous. So I think that's always the key. So that we're not talking about the refereeing is always a good thing. We are going shortly now to our presentation. The teams are just set up. I'd say the Erne Eagles team are itching to get their hands on that Tim O'Reilly Cup, and
is Maggie the captain?
well deserved.
If Maggie's the captain, I don't think she'll be able to speak.
The captain for the Erne Eagles team is James Anderson.
That's who was injured on the side of the pitch.
So he, I think he stood up for the tying cost. So we'll see now who's going to receive the trophy. And we always talk about rounders being a very community-based game, and I think the emotion from the Erne Eagles team and what this cup has meant to them really kind of sums that up when they've come together as a club after the sad passing of Dimna, and really promoting what rounders is really about up there in Cavan. So
yeah, well, a lot of the mainstay clubs that are here, they actually played it from when they were kids. Us as Lincoln, and we used to play it non-stop at home. But if we just grew up to playing the sport, so once you start at an early age, it's very hard to get rid of the sport then after that,
After what you've seen today, Eddie, who are going to be the 3 winners in the 2021 All-Ireland?
You know what I'd like to say.
Lime killing in all 3.
Yeah. Look, I can see Carrick being very strong again. I'm not sure what kind of team the Heath is going to come out, and you're seeing the Erne Eagles, all boys are there. If they're going to be around for next year, they're going to be a really strong team again. Glynn Barntown, it's only their 3rd year coming into it, and they made the final to this one, so they're not going to go away anytime soon. I think Lincoln ourselves we'll push them again as we always do. We'll always test every team, whether we win or lose. We're going to test just.
You're not putting your colours to the mast. We'll just go Adamstown for 3 then. So we'll go now to the presentation of the medals.
Right. Okay. The mixed final of the day, last by no means least of the 3 finals. A lot of sentiment involved in this, both for the winners and unfortunately for the losers. Like it's not very easy to come up here. When you're setting out in the morning and you have ambitions to win 3 finals, and you find that you're on the receiving end of 3 finals, and looking at the scores, in the first one 11-8, in the second game 8-6, and in this game here now the mixed final 14-12. Like no more than 3, 2 and 2. Margins are so tight, absolutely so tight. But the winner here today overall has to be the game of rounders, because we saw some outstanding games, and I'm delighted to say that we caught them on camera so that we can showcase our game, and we're going to showcase the very best. The cream of the crop was here today. Obviously some people are going away sad, and unfortunately sport, like there's no sentiment in sport. Sport is very cruel. I know it myself down the years, and it's been especially cruel today on Glynn Barntown, and my heart goes out to them. Right? Just maybe a round of applause here might go. And obviously we're all aware of the significance of the trophy that's going to be presented here behind me in a few minutes. The Dipton O'Reilly Cup, and maybe we'll say more about that anon. Right, just going through the game. 7-3, 8-3, 9-10 in the third innings it turned. Let's say the fourth innings 9-10, fifth innings 9-13, sixth innings 12-14, and and that was the final score. Like some fantastic play in it. Like going just to Paul Cooper to catch in let's say over his shoulder out in second, like that was fantastic. Jay had a fantastic base hit when the pressure was on, and to get to that base. Paul a super hit off out this way that Jay ran I think 2 bases to get home from Glynn Barntown. Eric, there was so many. Warren to third on a hit. Like it's incredible. Like we had 5 games in the last 2 days, and we hadn't 1 home run. The nearest we got was third base. What does that say about the fielding? It was absolutely outstanding. Outstanding. It's a credit to both teams. Right? On the other side, let's say, we saw Darrell there, he practically single-handedly tried to win an innings over there on his own. He caught 2 in a row. And I remember Neve Smith, like throwing from second base to first base, like got 2 out from, that was fantastic.
Well done, Neve.
And the pit, like the exceptional pitching, it's a hard ask, like and to get Emma out again immediately after losing the ladies, and to come out and put on a performance like that pitching, like it's a credit to them. Right, so congratulations to both teams, but the real winner here today was the game of rounders, and if people could see this, we would be mushrooming clubs all over the country, and it's down to the play of you players here today. It's fantastic. Right, now, without further ado, we're going to make a presentation to the referees. So Ian, where's Ian? Have we got it? It's out of the box there, is it? Yeah. It's still in the box. Actually, we do that. I'll do that in a minute when you get it out, Peter. Right. Okay. Can we have the mixed captain Paul Cooper, please, from Glynn Barntown? I'll give you the first one, Paul, and you call out the members of your team. Well done.
I'm ready.
One is the heaviest.
Kenny O'Reilly. Anne Hanley. Yvonne Hanley.
Adam Doyle. Jay Malone. Warren Brothers. Kate Duggan. Kaelin Brothers. Brian Carwin. Sheena Cadigan. Mick Kelly. Amanda Howland. And Aisling Welch. Recycle. Kira Waters. Have it here. Yeah. And Jason Tennant as well.
It's the Terminator.
Thank you.
Right, I just want to make the presentation now to the referee, Ian Shane. We had an excellent standard in refereeing here today, so congratulations.
Thank you, Michael.
Thank you.
I'd just like to say thank you. I'd just like to say it's quite tough being a referee, but also it requires a pile of volunteers for doing umpiring as well. So can you put your hands together for all the umpires that have helped out today and did such a great job. And I'd just like to say the standard is incredible, and I can't wait to come back again here hopefully in September and watch some more. So thanks very much for today.
Just before Ian goes away, like an event like this doesn't happen. There's an awful lot of planning going into it, and Ian is our national secretary, and at this stage he's running what some counties are running on a voluntary basis. So it's a fantastic issue. We have 40 clubs. It's incredible. In the last 2 years we have doubled the number of clubs that are coming into GAA rounders. We picked up Coot Hill, I think, are coming in as social rounders. Not right in during the week. We picked up St. Mars from Dublin are coming in. So the game is exploding, and like the work that Ian's doing, and you don't see it, but I would like to publicly thank Ian now as our National Secretary for the amount of work he's doing. And I think a round of applause wouldn't go astray here.
Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you. Now, the winners of the first Dinton O'Reilly Trophy, will we have the mixed captain James? Or is it Maggie? Is it Maggie? Apologies.
Jared Clarkin.
Jared.
Oliver Simons. Neve Smith. Oh, shit.
Come in.
Gallagher.
She's had one before.
On Riley. Darryl Dolan. Darryl Dolan. Hugh Briardy. Reed Anderson. Owen O'Reilly. Trisha Gallagher. Carl Dolan. Owen Smith. James Anderson. Shane Shorten. Marita Mulvey.
Well done, Marita.
Pete Tierney.
Well done, Pete. Good lad.
Geraldine Dalton.
Well done, Geraldine.
Aveline Lynch.
Well done, Evelyn.
Barry McCarthy.
Well done, Barry.
Well by Millhouse.
And Lindsay Riley.
Well done, Lindsay.
I'm sorry. Ogie Brady.
Well done, Shauno. Come on, Shauno.
Philip Tierney. Sorry.
Philip Tierney, well done.
They're hiding on me.
Ronan, come on out here. Good
Ronan
lad.
Halton.
Well done, Ronan.
Sorry.
Good lad.
Pamela Dolan.
Well done, Pamela.
Sorry.
Okay, right. Last but not least now is the presentation of the first outing of the Dimpna Riley Cup. I think most people know why this trophy is being presented here today. Dimpna Riley was an outstanding member of the Erne Eagles Club, and I think I might be right in saying that she kept that club going when it was struggling a little by cajoling everybody. And I have a special memory of Dimpna because before I was mulling whether I go for president, I got a phone call from Dimpna and says, "Listen, Michael, you're going to have to go for it. You've no choice." And that's the kind of person Dimpna was. But unfortunately, one of my first jobs when I came in November was to, on a dreary January day, to go up to a funeral in Cavan. Like, she was one of the great people. One of the great people. Right, so I'm going to call on Dimpna's mother, Dimpna, and her sister, Sheila, to present this trophy.
very, very special day for us. We haven't won a mixed final since 2005. This year, when we knew that the cup was going to be named after Dipna, as you can see, look at the turnout that we've had here today. Like, everybody turned out, everybody wanted to be part of it, and we are just so happy to be bringing her home with us.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
We'll get a proper one on the pitch for his more space. We just lift it.
Maggie, ready?
Sean, get in! Sean!
Free drinks in the hideaway! Champion!
Erne Eagles team, and no doubt Dimpna is very proud of this team and their achievements today, and the achievements of the entire organisation for putting on a fantastic day of rounders and a fantastic All-Ireland series, Eddie.
Yeah, one few things I just want to say. That was a very emotional awards thing, so congratulations to Erne Eagles. And if you don't believe in fairy tales, you just saw one happening in front of your eyes. So congratulations, Erne Eagles.
Yeah, we're just finishing up here now after 3 fantastic games from 6 absolutely outstanding teams. Massive congratulations to Carrick Macross taking home the senior men's, to Brief Brafey for taking home the senior ladies, and of course Erne Eagles here for taking home the mix. And huge commiserations to Glynn Barntown. A tough day at the office, but they will go again for 2021, no doubt. Huge honour for myself and Eddie to bring you the first ever screening of Live Rounders.
It's been
Eddie,
a pleasure, Marie.
I don't know if we'll be asked back, but great to bring it, and it's great to for people at home to get a look at what this Rounders business is all about, and hopefully in another couple of years we'll have double the crowds and double the teams involved. So thanks everyone for joining, and go join your local Rounders team.
Clean it up. It's been a good day. I've had like good comments on the people texting me about the street. It's brand new, so we just develop it further now. More money, more cameras, more graphics. It's always the way you go. Eventually programs. We have plans in there. It's time, effort, money, all kinds of stuff. time while you're on your own as well.
That's all, that's great.
Well done, congratulations.
That we wanted to do.
Sorry, I have two people talking to me.
Sorry, big part, sorry.
Go on, Kira.
The rubbish and stuff like that, do you need that there? Or?
We'll take it away for you.
Okay, thank you.
Kira, we'll see you in the summer.